All right, so we're now looking at the dividend yield basis of valuing a company. Okay, so this is the formula. The value of the company, okay, equals the dividend per share over the required return, okay, multiplied by the number of shares. So this dividend per share over required return, okay, it's basically the value per share. Okay, it is the value per share times the number of shares. So it's almost similar to the market capitalization. It's only that this time we're not using the market price. Okay, we're getting value per share using this formula, the dividend per share over the required return. The required return, this is the return that the investors are expecting. Okay, when they invest in a company, this is how much they expect to get. All right. So let's look at two companies here. Been given in this question, our required rate of return is 10%. So this will be applicable to both companies, company X and company Y. Okay, so you say solutions. So we start with company X. Okay. So for company X, dividend per share, 1 kwacha 15 ngwe. Divided by 10%. So 10%, you write it as a decimal, okay? 0.1. All right. Multiplied by the number of shares, 100,000 shares. Okay. So 0.1 divided by 15. 1.5 divided by 0.1. You get 15. Okay. 15 kwacha. That's the value per share under this method. Okay. Multiplied by 100,000 shares. 15 times 100,000. 1,500,000. Okay, 1,500,000 kwacha. That is the value of company X. Okay. Then for company Y, dividend per share is 3 kwacha. 3 divided by 0.1, that is 30 kwacha. Okay, so that's the value of the shares for company Y, 30 kwacha, according to this method. Then this 30 times 100,000, you get 3 million. All right, colleagues, 3 million. Okay. So what we can see here, the company which had the higher dividend per share gets the higher value. Okay, I made sure number of shares are the same. Okay, and required return, I also made sure is the same to see that the dividend per share can also be one of the factors that increase the value of your company under this method. Okay. Yes, if you increase the number of shares, that can also increase the value of your company. But as I said, companies, there's a certain limit if you want to sell all your shares, you have to apply again to issue new shares. Okay, that's what's called your authorized issue authorized issued shares. I think, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. You once, if for example, if they tell you that you can only release 100,000 shares, the Securities Exchange Commission has told you. Then it means once you've sold all those 100,000 shares, you cannot sell anymore. Okay, it's only a matter now of whose share price is going up and the other lights. You can't go above 100,000. Yeah. Yes. Any questions, colleagues, before we end tonight's session?